That particular night followed the pattern of countless solitary evenings. With my spouse absent on a business excursion, the dwelling echoed with an unsettling silence. I assumed the evening would be uneventful, much like its predecessors, until a gentle rap on the door interrupted the tranquility. That seemingly innocuous knock, in its quiet subtlety, altered everything. While many assume life's pivotal mistakes emerge from dramatic events, heated arguments, angry outbursts, or shocking revelations, it's not often the case. Frequently, the decisions that radically shift our lives arrive under disguise, appearing harmless. That night, I was oblivious to any impending warning. No eerie premonition, no sudden apprehension. The world outside my house functioned as it always had. Vehicles passed by, the refrigerator hummed softly in the kitchen, and the clock ticked away without regard for my life's events. Nothing remarkable occurred, nothing shattered. The peril didn't force its way in. Instead, it knocked politely. My husband was once again absent. His business journeys had become customary in our marriage, and airports seemed to merge into similar anecdotes. Identical-looking hotel rooms and cities that never truly felt his or our own. In the early days, I would plead with him not to leave, lingering near the door as he packed, gripping his sleeve a moment too long, not enough time to halt him, but sufficient to convey my yearning for him to remain. He consistently provided the same assurance. Only a few more trips. When things settle, it won't be like this anymore. Eventually, I ceased asking, not because the solitude abated, but because feigning well-being was simpler than confessing my distress. That night unfolded much as its predecessors, with me preparing dinner for one and the meal filling my stomach, yet leaving an empty space within the house. A glass of wine stood beside my plate, while the television hummed in the background, though I couldn't recollect its program. I wasn't observing it, I merely required some noise. Silence in an unoccupied house can be more deafening than anything else. Then my phone vibrated, bearing a message from my spouse. "I'll contact you later." Later typically meant the next day. I scrutinized the message for a bit before securing my phone. I reassured myself that it was sufficient. It had to be sufficient. A short while later, I perceived it. A knock, muffled, patient, polite even. I paused momentarily. No one ever visited that late. Perhaps someone knocked on the wrong door. But then the knock recurred, gradual, persistent, inquisitive, and strangely I felt inquisitive as well. Upon opening the door, Daniel stood there, my neighbor, approximately 33 years old, taciturn, the sort of individual you only exchange polite smiles with near the mailbox. We had conversed perhaps thrice before, nothing noteworthy, nothing personal, and yet he was there. Holding 2 DVDs in one hand and a large bowl of freshly prepared popcorn in the other. Vapor rose from the bowl into the cool night air. His smile held an air of doubt, as if anticipating rejection. "Movie night," he murmured. "I made too much popcorn." I knew the appropriate reply, a polite chuckle, a grateful thank you, followed by closing the door. That's what a good partner would have done. Yet loneliness twists choices in peculiar ways. It elongates moments, makes hesitation seem safe, and camouflages errors as innocent decisions. I hesitated long enough to matter. Then I moved aside. Daniel entered effortlessly, with an ease that unsettled me more than if he had been anxious. He placed the popcorn on the table, lined up the movies next to it, and settled on the couch as if the night's events were predetermined. The room filled with the aroma of butter and a faint hint of his cologne, a scent foreign yet oddly reassuring. We selected a movie, or so I think we did. The screen lit up, but neither of us paid attention to it. Instead, we conversed. Regarding work, recollections of the past, and matters seemingly insignificant, yet somehow vital, Daniel listened intently. He wasn't merely waiting to respond, he was genuinely listening, completely focused, present. In that moment it struck me, a sensation that left my chest constricted. It had been ages since anyone listened to me so attentively. At one point his arm extended along the sofa's backrest. Casual, unplanned. Our shoulders brushed gently, first once, then again. I tried to convince myself it held no significance. However, the room's ambience shifted subtly, warmer, closer, more confined. Simultaneously, our hands dipped into the popcorn bowl. Neither of us withdrew immediately. My heartbeat quickened. Suddenly, I realized something alarming. The moment lost its innocence. Just then, my phone buzzed again. The screen lit up, displaying my husband's name. I glanced at it, but didn't move to pick it up. That choice alone made me aware of how far I had strayed beyond a boundary. Daniel's digits brushed against mine once more, and this time I chose not to retreat. "You seem pensive," he whispered. "Shall I depart?" It was then I had an opportunity to break free effortlessly. A single word could have ended the evening, but I remained silent, and that night I discovered a chilling truth about existence. The most perilous decisions aren't the dramatic ones. They're the silent instances when you opt not to depart.